Good Friday morning, everyone. I am Vicki Edmondson, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Today, I have a swap that I need to get 16 cards out for. So I have made them. I'll show them to you at the end of this video. But I did want to show you how I made them and use the Stamparatus because I had multiple cards to make. We're going to be using the Butterfly Kisses collection today. It is on page 36 and 37 of the annual catalog, and when you order the collection you get the DSP, these pretty little flowers, you get the stamp set, and you get the die set, all for $67.50, and that's what we're going to be using today. Okay, so to begin with, and that comes in 6x6. You get 48 sheets of that paper, that DSP. So we're going to start out with a 6x6 piece of DSP. We have a card base of fresh Freesia that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. We have a piece of basic white that is 5 1/4 by 4. That's for the inside. You'll need a piece of fresh Freesia that is, let's see, that is 3 1/4 by 2 7/8. Another small strip of fresh Freesia that is 4 by 3/8 of an inch. You'll need another piece of white, excuse me, cardstock that is 3 1/8 by 2 3/4, and that's what we're going to stamp on. I'm going to use the Good Feelings stamp set that I got for free when I signed up for On Tour. So we're going to be using this big sentiment. It will fit on this small white, basic white piece. And I'm going to be using this butterfly from the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set. Okay. Excuse me. So let's get started with our cutting of this DSP here. I'm going to take my paper trimmer, and this needs to be 4 inches wide. It will be directional, so pay attention if you're using paper DSP that does have a specific direction. We're going to cut it at 4 by 3 3/4. Okay, 4 by 3 3/4. I'll put that aside, and then we're going to take this, and it's already 4. And we need to cut this at 3/8 of an inch. So 3/8 of an inch is, and the way I have to do it is 2 before the half. Excuse me. Nope, I'm telling you wrong. It's 4 inches by 1.5 inches. Excuse me, 4 inches by 1.5 inches. Okay, this small piece was a 3/8 of an inch piece, and I've already cut that. All right, we're going to take, this is the back side of this DSP. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to use some tape and just tape these two together, just like this. Take some good old Scotch tape and even it up. Nope, did that wrong. Boy, am I off today. It's live, people. Okay, this is what I want. So, from this and this. Now I got it right. Okay. Just keeping it real here. Okay. So there we go. We're going to take this now, and we're going to burnish this edge. And this is going to fit on our card this way. But before we do that, we're going to put this 4 inch by 3/8 of an inch piece on with our Tombow. Okay, and that That's going to go just like that. All right, then we're going to go ahead and put this on our card base with our Tombow liquid multi-purpose glue. Just like that. Then we're going to set this aside and we're going to do the stamping. To begin with, I'm going to take my Butterfly Brilliance stamp that I took from the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set. And this stamp set does come with them all together. It's one big stamp set. But I didn't want to do that. So this tiny butterfly that was right here, I cut it off so that I could have it separate. All right, I'm going to take my Fresh Freesia ink pad and I'm going to stamp butterfly right there. I'm going to clean my stamp with my chamois, which is an awesome tool to have. A must, actually. All right, and I'm going to leave that open. I'm going to lay that aside because that's going on the inside. Now I'm going to show you how I use the Stamparatus to do all of those 16 cards that I had to do versus taking this and mounting it on a block and stamping each one. And sometimes if you don't get the right amount of ink on it that you want, then you have to restamp it. But that's difficult to do if you're just stamping it with a block. So what I do is I take my piece of, make sure I'm putting it the right way. There we go. It comes with 2 magnets, and it also comes with a piercing or foam mat. Don't need a foam mat with the red rubber, so I put that aside. I'm just using the base. I'm going to line it up right here. I'm going to put one of the magnets in the very corner. These magnets are very, very strong. If you have the Stamparatus, you know what I'm talking about. Don't get them close to each other because they very well could break if you let them touch each other, because they are so strong. Okay, I put my paper there, my cardstock, and then I'm going to lay my stamp down right here. I'm going to take this plate, this hinged plate, and go over that stamp. I'm going to lay it back now. Always, always use a stamp set underneath when you are inking. Let me see if I can get this in the thing better. Then I'll have to move it back. Okay, so we'll take our Fresh Freesia ink pad, ink it up, and let me get back in the camera here and put this down. And then a friend gave me this item, looks like a little hockey puck. You just take this and rub over it, just like that. And you raise it, and you see it's not quite dark enough in some spots. So I'm going to take my ink pad and ink it again. And come back and lay this hinged plate right back over it. It's going to go right back in the very same spot that you inked the first time. That's why you put the magnets down to hold it in place. Now, that is good. That's dark enough. And that's why I use a Stamparatus for multiple cards and big stamp like that. And you just take your simple chamois and clean it good. And I'll put this aside and take that off camera. All right. And now I'm going to lay that aside for just a moment. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere the inside layer down with our little butterfly that we stamped. Okay. And that's going to go right on the inside, just like so. All right, we've got all of our front done, and now we're going to take this piece and adhere it to our cardstock, fresh Freesia piece of cardstock. Okay, and we're going to just, you won't have much of a border, just a little border all around. Oops, I want to move it over just a little bit. And you do have some, well, you do have some wiggle room with this. If I can, bear with me, guys. I'll get it on. My fingers do not want to work this morning for some reason. Well, I'm going to put some more glue because that's drying. Again, it's real. Okay. I'm going to do it this way. There we go. Okay. That's good. Now I'm going to take my dimensionals, and I'm going to tell you a little trick that I use. You get 300 dimensionals in a pack, but I sometimes cut mine right down the middle with my scissors that I use for sticky cutting. Okay, and then you can make your dimensionals go twice as far. All right, I'll take my pokey end of the Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to put one in each corner. This is just a little trick that I use a lot to make my dimensionals go further. Everybody's having to pay so much in gas these days, so I'm trying to save in any way I can. So this is a way I found to make my dimensionals go farther. Okay, just cut them in half and use them that way. All right, now we're ready to take the backings off of these. And you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can use, it'll stick just as well with them cut in half. Give you just as much dimension as it would without. So then we're going to put that down right there. And next I'm going to take the Funflower resin shapes that come in that suite. And they come in the colors of Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry, Fresh Freesia, Starry Sky, and Parakeet Party. They're the colors that it comes in. So I'm going to use the putty end of my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to put a few of these on there. And I think I'm going to use the small ones, but I'm going to use the Parakeet Party to bring out the Parakeet Party here. And just going to put, I think I'll put a larger one right down here. Okay, so there's your embellishment for the front of the card. And the card is complete. There you go. Not very hard, very simple, easy to do. Decorate the inside with that pretty butterfly. Okay. We also have some brass butterflies that I had thought about, brushed brass butterflies, hard to say. I thought about putting those on here, but I just received the flowers in the mail yesterday. So I figured I would use those. But you can use whatever embellishment you have. Okay. And we're going to show you the others. And I've already got them packaged up and in the plastic or the clear envelopes that I need to send off for my swap. And in this, I had to do 16. So in the DSP pack, you get 4 of each kind. So I had to divide it and do 2 different kind, but it's the same layout, just different colors. I used a Parakeet Party here for the card base and the ink, and Fresh Freesia here. And these are the butterfly papers that are in that. Okay. That's the card for today, guys. I hope you like it. I hope you will give it a try. And again, that Stamparatus is the thing to use when you have to make multiple cards. This is my host code for the month of May. I will have all the dimensions and sizes and everything and all the products that I use to make this in the link below. Just click on see more if it doesn't show up automatically, and you'll be able to see all the items that I used and be able to click on that and order right from my online store if you'd like. If you do not have a demonstrator in the United States that you deal with, I would appreciate an order from you. And if you need a current catalog, just leave me a message below and I'll be happy to send you one. Now, another thing that I offer is an adhesive kit. It comes in a little pouch like this, individual pouch, and it comes with a silicone craft mat. You'll get a package of tear and tape. You'll get a package of the dimensionals, and again, there's 300 there, but you can make it be 600 if you cut them in half. A box of mini glue dots, a bottle of multi-purpose liquid glue. You'll also get a Stampin' Seal, and those are all Stampin' Up! Items, of course, and included in that, you'll get a little 6-inch ruler and an adhesive eraser. These are items that I've put in this kit that is just a grab and go. If you're going to a stamp class or a club or whatever, going over to a friend's house to make some cards, just grab this bag. It has everything in it that you need for adhesives. And the cost is $40 plus $9 for shipping, priority shipping. So it will be a total of $49. And I will have a link below that you can click on and order through PayPal. And I will get that right out to you. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this today. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it if you would share my video with your friends. I am trying to grow my YouTube subscribers. So I would appreciate it if you'd share it and ask them to subscribe. And again, here is my host code for May. If you do place an order, I'd appreciate it if you would use that host code. If your order is over $150, do not use that host code. You will get rewards from Stampin' Up. You'll get, if your order is $150, excuse me, you'll get $15 in free product from Stampin' Up. And I definitely want you to have it. So I hope everybody has a great Friday, a great weekend, and I look forward to being here with you next Friday. Thank you.